Happy Wednesday, everyone. Pastor Lara here with your midweek devotional as we journey through the Psalms together. And today we come to the 23rd Psalm. The link for the 23rd Psalm is found in the video comments, so you can read the entirety of it for yourself. For those of you that have been in church for a little while, you may be pretty familiar with this psalm and able to recite it from memory. Allow me to read verses 1 and 3 for you today. The Lord is my shepherd, I lack nothing. He guides me along right paths for his name's sake. To be honest with all of you, I almost skipped the 23rd Psalm because it's so familiar to us. But then I thought some of you might wonder why we skipped a psalm that is so familiar and is undoubtedly many people's favorite psalm in the Bible. So here we are at Psalm 23. As I read through it, I asked God, how can we see this differently? What is some new way that we could look at this psalm, which has been recited and expounded upon so very often? And as I read and prayed, I was stopped by verse 3, which reads, He guides me in right paths. As I got stopped at verse 3, I heard the still small voice of God ask me a question. How can I guide you in the right paths if you don't let me? In response to God's question, I found myself asking, is the Lord my shepherd? I want to immediately reply with an enthusiastic, yes, of course he is. But do I really live and act as if the Lord is my shepherd? A shepherd leads and sheep follow. A shepherd speaks and sheep listen. A shepherd stops for the night and the sheep stop for rest. The sheep trust the shepherd to give them everything that they need. They do not question or complain, and they do not strike out on their own. Well, sometimes some of them do, but it usually doesn't end very well. So do we trust Jesus to give us everything we need? Are we good at following out after Jesus without questioning and complaining, but just simply trusting? Do we follow where Jesus leads? Do we listen when Jesus speaks? Do we stop and rest when Jesus tells us to stop and rest? Or do we strike out on our own, which usually doesn't end very well? Is the Lord your shepherd? If so, he will indeed lead you beside still and peaceful waters. If the Lord is your shepherd, you'll walk through the valley of the shadow of death without fear. If the Lord is your shepherd, then your life will be a life that is marked by mercy and grace. So let Jesus be your shepherd. This day and each day, make a conscious effort from the moment you wake up until you drift to sleep at night to allow Jesus to be your shepherd. Where he leads, follow after him. When he speaks, be still and listen to him. When he stops, stop with him and rest. Trust him in all things, even the most difficult of things. Offer him more thanks than you do complaints. Resist the temptation to strike out on your own and take on the world all alone. Instead, follow after Jesus and make your life's mantra be, the Lord is my shepherd. All thanks be to the Good Shepherd. Amen.